Good evening, everybody. How's everybody doing? Back on a Saturday night. Had to take another Saturday off because I was with Cat Mouse. We were in Raleigh, North Carolina for Coco, which is Comic Odyssey.
City of Oaks Comic
Ci-
Odyssey.
Thank you. City of Oaks Comic Odyssey. Yes, indeed. My voice is a little dry, but it's not because of anything bad. It's just my voice went out because I talk too much. But everything's doing good. We're not on a road trip this weekend. We're not getting food poisoning this weekend. So everything's pretty good. All right, let me get some. Let me find my eraser here. Hope everybody's doing okay this weekend. Thank you for joining me once again for another Saturday of sketching and artwork, comics. Let's find out who's in the room with us tonight. Ooh, I got a little bit of catching up to do here. Ken, what's up, dude? Ken Zazer in the house. Evening, gents. Evening, gentlemen. My good friends. Ken Albury, what's up, dude? Glad you're hanging out with us. Fellow Ken. We have a room full of Kens. Kevin, what's up, dude? Glad you're hanging out with us tonight. Let's see, I'm still looking for these gents you reference, Ken. Let's see. I'm a Ken too, son of a Ken, and 2/3 more than a normal Ken. That is good. That is better than honorary Ken. You are part Ken. Let's see. Ken Albury says it's much more acceptable to say gents rather than group of thirsty boys. Oh yeah, we got to work on that. Let's see. Kevin says, but then with that logic, you could be 3/5 of a Karen. So there's too much math going on tonight. Let's see. Here I thought I was just a perv. Let's see. Ken Albury says, I'm also a son of a Ken. Oh my gosh. Are you a second or a junior? Ken says, I'm just plain old Ken. You're one of a kind, my friend. No clones, no seconds, no juniors, no thirds. Kevin says, me? Nope. I'm a Kevin. Calls the 2-minute warning. Let's see, but I'm Japanese Ken, so I fight Ryu. That gets extra points. That gets extra points. Fight some person. What's up, dude? Glad you're hanging out with us tonight. Very cool. Saying hello to everybody. Kevin says, and hello to whomever this person is. Thank you, some person. My sound is working. Yes. Yeah, I decided to play some of the generic music that comes with the old software, so that makes the music part of this evening easy. Some person saying hello to Cat. He heard Cat back there. The other half of my brain cells. Kevin says Cyber Angels taking a day off. I can imagine their days off. Yes. Let's see. You're looking for your eraser. Where's Arnold Schwarzenegger? Show me your leadership capabilities. Ken says Courtney is already here, but she is driving. Oh man, you guys are mobile unit. I'm glad you guys are joining us, even though you are on the move. That's pretty awesome. Keep your eyes on the road. Paul, what's up, dude? Glad you are hanging out with us tonight. That's awesome. Paul says, do we have enough Kens to make a square? Just about. Some person saying hello there. Christopher Bouchard, what's up there, my friend? Says, well, hello there. In his best Jedi voice. Kevin says, she drives me crazy. Some person saying hello. Very, very cool. Awesome. Christopher saying hello. All right. Well, I got some pop here. Oh, you know what? I got some extra goodies tonight to go along with some of our auctioning at the end of the evening. So these are going to be pieces that'll be included with the sketch. So we'll have like little sets like we were doing in January a little bit. So if I happen to have extra artwork from a show or anything like that, then I'll try to include that in so that way we get some extra bonus stuff. But you guys deserve a bonus for joining me on Saturday nights and making this show a show, making it good. So I've got an ink Batman and Joker that I had from the show. And I also have a penciled Electra. And I also have a sketch cover, a Spawn #1 full color sketch cover. So we're going to see which one of these we'll include with our aforementioned sketches as we get the evening started, as it were. Let's see, Kevin says, do tell us, Ken Zazer, what do you see Cyber Angels doing on their days off? Kevin does say, you have goodies, but no boobies. That sucks. It's like, yeah, Electro boobies. There you go. Got some ninja fighting boobies, as it were. All right, let's see. Got this. I'm going to toss around some ideas. Let's see what sketch #1 is going to possibly include, and we'll get going from there. Ken Zader says, on their day off, they let it all hang loose. Kevin says, and you can earn one of those sketches if the art goes over the price in the sticker. Yes, absolutely. That's a nice rule. That would be a good rule. Shower time. Yeah, we'll have to see where things are going tonight. Oh, you know what? I can give you guys a little bit of update. I am continuing to catch up. I know I'm quite behind on some things. So this is a piece from, I forget which night it was from. It doesn't really matter, but this is Ken Behan's piece. He actually has two pieces. He won this pencil sketch, which is a big pillow fight between some cyber angels. And then we had our die-hard homage where I've got the t-shirt from the gangster on her butt. It says, now I have a machine gun. Ho, ho, ho. But I finally finished inking this one. I've got one more piece to ink for our good friend Ken Behan. And then his artwork will be off in the mail. I remember another piece that he won was our Buck Rogers tribute piece. That was another piece that was part of his stash. And then we've got a lot of artwork coming for all of our guys, for all of our gang, as it were. So that's a quick little update there, and hopefully I'll get something uploaded to our Patreon page in the next week or two. I want to make sure that that March has a lot of content, because I know that the last couple of months have been kind of slow. So thanks for keeping the doors open at the club, so that way I can do that. Ken Zazer says, I'm thinking Nira as Daisy Duke washing the General Lee. Or being a grease monkey with it and wearing a low-cut jumpsuit. I like that. I like that. I like that. Getting a little swig of water here. I like the idea. And you know what? I'm going to jot down General Lee right here. I'm a fan of the General Lee. That's a childhood favorite right there. I like that idea. That paints a nice little picture in my brain. Kevin says, just think hot, wet, dripping, glistening cyber angels soaping each other up. It could be the car wash. The car wash of the General Lee. Hazard County car wash. Let's see. Courtney has the idea of the ladies at an eyes wide shut Sexy masquerade. Oh, that's pretty cool. I like that. I like that idea as well. Let's see. Kevin says, that's not Buck Rogers. That's Butt Rogers. And it's so endearing. Oh my gosh. Just extra 2 points. Extra 2 points for the puns on that. Very well. Well executed, my friend. Let's see. Paul says, how did the how did the North Carolina show go? Bring any new people into our cult? I hope so. There was the show was really, really nice. I'm assuming that there's going to be a show there again next year. We're already planning on going if they will have us. I think everything went super well. I did a couple of panels, which were really, really fun, and yeah, I mean, it's the whole weekend was really great, and it wasn't that far away, so we were able to drive to it. It's like a 3 hours, a 3-hour tour.
Snow hit us on the way home.
Oh yeah, Kat did mention that we did hit a blizzard on the way home, but luckily, like I don't know what it is about Virginia Beach, but it's kind of a pocket. Because there's snow like Richmond, there's snow in North Carolina, like blizzard conditions, all that sort of stuff. And we drove through heavy snow to get home. It was crazy getting home. As soon as we got to the house, no snow, just like drizzle, like rain, like no big deal. But it was an adventure trying to get our butt home. Let's see, Kevin says, I second Courtney's idea. That is a cool idea. I do like the eyes wide shut. I'm gonna jot it down just in case. We're gonna see how we do. We're gonna see how we do with General Lee first. You got me all thinking about the General Lee and the car wash thing, or her being a grease monkey at the car wash. Christy Ann, what's up, dude? Car wash for number 1, maybe a bubble bath for number 2. That's a possibility. You know what? I'm gonna write down, since the general ideas. I said general. Since the first idea that I wrote down was a General Lee idea. The second one I wrote down was kind of an eyes wide shut party kind of thing going on at the old penthouse. And then for the third sketch, I wrote down bubble bath. Thank you, Ken Zazer, for the homage, for the honoring of Chet saying, I can hear him now. Yes. The echo of Chet. Absolutely. Let's see. Did you hear what I hear? Oh, he does. Absolutely. Let's see, a blizzard. You went to Dairy Queen. Yeah, I think I drove through a Dairy Queen. That's what it was. I drove through a Dairy Queen for 3 hours. Paul is asking, the next show is April in Chesterfield. Now, the thing with Chesterfield, it did get canceled. Not us going to the show itself. There was some issues, personal, and as far as I know, the entire show is being rescheduled. And I don't know if it's being rescheduled for a few months down the road. I believe what they mentioned to me was that they're gonna put it off until next year. Paul says probably he got a pizza blizzard. Cyber Angel in lingerie. Yeah, if we do the eyes wide shut party, I think it'd be something along those lines, I think. Generally speaking, we know where your mind is. Paul says, is Scribe going to be the General Lee? He might be in the General Lee. We'll see how this works out. All right, so gotta have the general here. So let me see. Let me figure out which way. I'll kind of lightly put in where the general is going to be. And then we will fit in where our grease monkey Nero will be. remember drawing the General Lee a lot when I was a kid. So this makes this kind of a nice little walk down memory lane here. I want to have the hood on the car. Maybe I'll take the hood completely off. All right, so I kind of want to have where the car is. All right, so we got a general idea. Yeah, I said general. General idea where this is going to be. He's got to have the toe thingies on the front. I'm going to do the car pretty loose. I'm going to end up tightening up the car a lot when I get into the inks. Can't have the doors open. The doors are welded shut. Right down where it says generally up there. All right. Just got a general, a general. I can't stop saying it. A general lay of the land. Put in where the hood would go. There we go. All right, I'll get this general shape here. Let me catch up with the chat just a little bit so I don't fall too far behind. And we're going to start figuring out how Nira is going to fit into this here picture. Oh, no, I fell behind. Let me see. Here we go. Let's see. Christiane says, have you been to MegaCon in Florida? No, we haven't. But we are going to be going to Charlotte to Heroes Con. Kat, that's in June? Okay, so Heroes Con is in June. We'll be, Kat and I are both going to have a table there, and you'll find it listed under Entity Comics this time. This will be the first time in 20 years that Entity Comics is actually going to have a table / well, it's not really a booth, so it's a table. It's an Artist Alley, right?
Yeah.
So we're going to have an Artist Alley table, and Entity. We use Entity Comics as our studio brand as well. So all right, there we go. Let me catch up with the chat before I keep on falling behind here. Let me see here. Kevin says Scribe looks dead enough to pull that off. Some person saying hello, very cool. Paul says that show has tons of sick exclusives this year. I would like to have some exclusives, please. Let's see. Chris Deanne says, hey to some person, very cool. Really wanted to go, but it's quite the trip for me. Yeah, it's like, and the furthest show that we're going to be going to this year is going to be San Diego. So we'll be at San Diego Comic-Con. That's in July. I think everything else that we'll be going to this year is all East Coast shows that we don't have to fly or take a train or something crazy. All right, I got to start figuring out mirror is going to be over here. All right, I'll let you look at that violin shape to see which see which way she's going to go. I got a general idea of how she's going to be fitting in there. Let me see. Paul says, "Oh, generally was the car who was the cop always trying to catch them." Oh yeah. Definitely an '80s TV show. It was basically these country boys living in a place called Hazard County, and their race car, the General Lee, and they're always getting in trouble with the law because the law doesn't like them. Okay, let me put the number on the side of the car here. Roscoe P. Coltrane. Yeah, they got it. There was a cop car chase every single episode. They were a menace. But yeah, that was a fun childhood show. Basically, you watch every single week because there was a cop chase, and they always jumped the car off a ramp, either across a bridge or jumping over a lake or jumping over other cars. I think they destroyed like 5 General Lees every single episode. That's the real reason you watch. Kevin says, is she going to shake her ass on the hood of White Snake's car? Yes. That's kind of what I was thinking. That was the direction I was heading in. It's looking like a Gran Torino to me. I'll make it look as much as a Dodge Charger as I can. Mighty Geek, what's up, dude? Is this RoboCop's patrol car? It might be. I'm trying to get as close to a 69 Dodge Charger as I can get from memory. Although even using reference, this might be as close as I can get. I'm not known for drawing mechanically correct cars. But hopefully it looks fun. Hopefully it looks good enough. Kevin says, dead or alive, you're coming with me. Christiane says, I heard Heroes Con is a great con for artists. Yes, absolutely. That is 1,000% what I keep hearing. And we are going to find out for real. We're going to find out this year. I know that their guest list and the Artist Alley list is really big. I've never heard a bad thing about Heroes Con, especially when it comes to Artist Alley and artists doing really well there and staying really busy. So I am very much looking forward to it. Christiane says, that and Baltimore. Yes, Baltimore is also a very good show. Yep, I agree. Mighty Geek says, I figured out how to change my handle. I noticed that. I like that it just says Mighty Geek now. So thank you, Keith. Let's see. Ken Zazer says, at Paul, that was Roscoe P. Coltrane. That's right. Roscoe and Enos. Mighty Geek says the Dukes of Hazzard came out in the late 70s. That's right. I always think of it as a straight up 80s show, but it did. It came out in the late 70s. It was part of my lineup. Like Dukes of Hazzard, Greatest American Hero, Knight Rider, A-Team. That was all part of the lineup right there. Let's see. Kevin says, "Country boys, they're the good old boys." That's right. According to the song, they're just the good old boys. Ken Albury says, "As I recall, they were in trouble with the law since the day they were born." Song accurate, my friend. Thank you. Paul says, Heroes was awesome last year. It was my real Comic-Con ever, like the best Comic-Con ever. I'm really looking forward to it because it's actually, the last time I was at Heroes, and it was only a few times, it was like back in the 90s. Like it was a long time. It was definitely before I'd moved back to Virginia back in 2000. So I believe the show has grown quite a bit. Kevin says, and once in a while there was a famous band on the show. Yeah, they would have like every once in a while they would have like special guest stars that were like either famous or there was a band or there was always like some kind of cool guest star kind of thing happening. Like let's say one every 4 weeks. Some person says maybe some boobs pressed from within the car. It could happen. Missy Kent says, and there was Daisy Duke. That was the other reason that the school kids watched, boys in particular. Kevin says, boobs from inside the car. Like Mercy is cleaning it on the inside and someone is... Can you imagine how hard you'd have to press somebody to be up against like the windshield? All upside down. Mighty Geek says, draw BA's van next. I should draw like the van in the background. Make it part of the thing. Alright, so this is the part her body's covering up here. So I can erase this much of the car. I think Nira's got to be wearing some Daisy Dukes in this picture, right? We got to put some Daisy Dukes in this picture, some short shorts. Got to erase out parts of the car so that way you can see where she is. I figure she's working on part of the engine here. There we go. Nira's very tall, so. Okay, baby. I'm sure she's got to be wearing some kind of tank top or something. We're gonna figure this out here. There we go. Starting to figure out where she is there. Cool. Ken Zazer says Malka's gripping a camshaft. That's a good possibility. I like where your mind's going. I usually never draw Nira's face from this side because you can't see her delta on her face. But it's okay. It's alright. Alright, here's the radiator. Let me see if I can remember where all my parts are. There we go. Just kind of rough in where some of these pieces are. There we go. Starting to take shape. All right, let me see here. Christy Hen says, the Duke's 18 Knight Rider, 80s vehicles. Am I right? Yes. Kevin says, I think that can would be flying through the air in a jump of its own. Mighty Geek says, Bosco Baracus. Bad attitude Baracus. BA. Kevin says, camshaft gripped. You aren't a car guy, are you? I think she'd be gripping your stick shift. There you go. Van, not can. Thank you. Now it makes more sense. But really, the inside of a van is like the inside of a loud can. Christy Ann says, next would be the DeLorean, Optimus, and Cobra Commander tank. Tank top? Oh no, she lost her top. Some person says, pushing the limits of boob physics. Yes, I noticed that. Paul says she looks like a misplaced crash test dummy at the moment. Pretty sure they go on the inside. I know we're gonna figure this out as we go. There's always a lot of tightening up that happens when I ink it, so we get through the little penciling, laying out phase. Let's see. Kevin says, it depends on what your culture is. Boob physics in Japan are entirely different than in the U.S. Mighty Geek says, explain to the youngins why the best vigilantes were Vietnam veterans. Paul says, her top tanked all right. Let's see. Ken says, you should know where the parts are. You worked for Manny Mo and Jack. I know, I did. I did a chapter for them. Sure did. Got my little 5-year pin to prove it. She blew her top. Tightening up. Tighter is better. Yes. Yeah, as soon as let me figure out how her hair is going to go. And then we can kind of, augment and change her tank top just a little bit. You get some of these little pieces out of the way. There we go. Have a little bit of her hair falling forward here without it getting caught in the engine. This is good. This is a good idea. It gets me to practice drawing some different things. I gotta stay in practice here. There we go. Probably have to cover some of this because her hair's floating around. let's see how we can kind of tighten up some of these details here. We'll give her some gloves. She's working on a car after all. Get some general car parts in here. Make sure the general knows that it works. All right. Let's see where we are. Let's see what we're doing. I see Ken Zazer says they weren't vigilantes. They were soldiers for hire, soldiers of fortune. And if you could find them, then maybe you can hire the A-Team. Blam, 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 blam. Kevin's like, dun, 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 dun. Start the whole song up. Mighty Geek says maybe she found the note that reads, "You just found the A-Team." Some person, remember the Alamo. A checkered top would bring the boobage out more. Yeah, it's a possibility. Maybe. Not a lot of checkered tops in it. I don't remember girls wearing a lot of checkered tops. A lot of little white tank tops, and not a lot of checkered tops. I could, though, make her look like she works at the old Pet Boys. What do you guys think about that? We'll take a vote. Just kind of darken a couple of these lines that got a little... I figure maybe the car's up on a lift. That's why she's able to, her body's like way down here. So maybe the car's up on a lift or something. We'll have to draw that in. So that way she doesn't look like she's standing in a hole. Yeah, she's looking pretty so far. Some person says she is a country girl. This is true. She's a country girl. Mighty Geek says, face spring Murdoch. Kevin says, flannel top, you mean, tied off under the boobs? Oh, you know what? That makes sense. Actually, yeah, if it's a little flannel top, that's very country girl. Yeah, I like that idea. shadow right there. All right, cool, cool. I'm digging on that. Put the little pockets on her back of her jeans here. It seems good. I like that. I like that. Some person says yes. Exactly. Yep. Totally agree too. Paul says she looks hot but bored. Maybe she's not impressed by what she has to work with under the hood. Night Phoenix, what's up, dude? Glad you're hanging out with us tonight. Awesome, awesome. Let's see. I think I might need a mechanic. Good. That's a feeling I want to evoke here. That's a good feeling. Good feeling. Some person says maybe the shorts could be torn on the fringe. Yeah, I figured. Yeah, it's like have little taters, little rips. Definitely goes with that. So we'll get one tire in here at least. And then we can show a little bit that maybe the car is up on a lift, so that way it kind of makes more sense how she's standing, like on her tippy toes, trying to get to it. Let's see how far back the other tire would go. Maybe scribes down here. Ooh, that would be a good idea. Let me draw a little bit of the lift pieces over here. Get these rims in here. Actually, you know what? Since they're working on the car, let's just put the other tire on the floor. That way we know where that's at. We were talking about Scribe before, so maybe Scribe is over here underneath the car looking up. That might be a good spot for him. Always trying to get away with something, this darn Scribe. come at it from a weird angle. There we go. The cat had returned.
I always think that going up the stairs, she's like, oh, this is so easy. I could totally just keep walking up flights of stairs. Stairmaster's easy. Then I go on the Stairmaster and it just like kicks my butt on like flight 3. And I'm just like, oh,
oh, this is actually hard.
If I do it for 2 more minutes, this is really hard. I want to see how it is going so far.
Here, it's going like this so far.
Yeah, it's been a while since I've seen you draw a car.
I know it has been a while. And as soon as I started drawing this car, I got a list for every single 80s car.
Well, maybe they can be like little toys on the ground or something.
Right. Little tinies.
And there's little Mausenstein washing it.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, do the people know?
No, actually, nobody knows about Mausenstein yet. They're not allowed to know yet.
No.
Nobody can know about Mausenstein.
No.
No, it's not time. It's not time.
Need it.
Nobody can know yet.
Okay.
Keep on having to flip it around. I'm just like, what direction is scribe facing? Okay, this way, this way. Which direction is scribe facing? Okay, this way, this way.
A constant reevaluation of what am I doing?
It's like what is it? What's going on?
There's the tiniest spider on my thing.
On your, where is a tiny spider?
On the arm of my computer. I'll let him live. There's no food here.
You let him live for now. I'll let him live.
How'd you get here? He'll find out that there's no food there. He'll see. He's like, you're never back here. Oh.
You're never dropping snacks.
Sorry, I guess.
All right, good. I got a little place for Scribe to work here. Yeah, see, this is good. This is good. You know what? I'll put him on one of those little carts. He's not just gonna be rolling down there with freaking nothing. All right, I'm gonna hop over to the chat, make sure I catch up with you guys. I want to make sure I don't fall behind here. All right, so there we go. Got Scribe down there. She needs to check the dipstick. That's what's going on. That's what's going on. That's what's up with it. Mighty Geek says if it's on the lift, you don't need the tire, just the brake drums. That's not, I know, right? All I had to do was draw the freaking rotors. It would have been fine. Well, at least I didn't really have to draw the other tire. I mean, where it's supposed to be. Ken Zazer says, did Daisy Duke wear heels? Or is it just a Mandela effect? Ooh, that's a good question. Because I want to say that I want to say that I've seen photo shoots of her wearing heels. And I want to say during the show that she wore those little cowboy boots, which of course have like a little bit of heel to them. I don't know that Daisy Duke actually wore like heel like high heels. I know she wore the little cowboy boots sometimes, but man, that's a good question, dude. That could be a Mandela effect. Still got a few more minutes on this one. Let's see. Let me draw the other half of the. that's coming out of the ground a little bit at least. This garage has a unique lift system. Designed by Mouse. Let's see, Mighty Geek says Daisy did wear heels. You know, I could picture it in my head, but I don't know if it's me picturing it or if it's me actually remembering it. You know what I mean? Edge Lord Wheeler. What's up, dude? Mike's like, well, I know what I'm buying. You're awesome, dude. Gonna need that rebel flag on the top. I know, right? I was looking at the angle of the roof, so I might have to make sure that I make that really clear, since it's such a tight angle on there. But I'll put it on there as much as I can get it on there, because you can't have the general without the rebel flag on the roof, man. Can't do that. Gotta have it. Kevin says you're buying a '69 Dodge Charger. Yes. Night Phoenix says I think Daisy wore cowboy boots. Yeah, I remember the cowboy boots. It was the heels that I was like, am I just imagining it because I like to see that, or is that an actual memory? Mike says Daisy did wear boots. Yep, absolutely. Totally agree. Mighty Geek says she wore high-heeled sandals in most scenes. Damn, why don't I remember that? That makes sense, though. It's been a while, I tell you, man. Time. Night Phoenix says your camera is going out of focus. Really? Okay. Well, let me know if there's any more problems with it. Things were running slow earlier today, so hopefully that doesn't turn into a problem later. I could turn the light. Yeah, the light didn't end up being better that way. Let me see. Let me see what that does. I didn't like all the shadows, but maybe it focuses a little bit better if I turn off that one light. We'll see what that is. Mike is asking, hey guys, is this the first or second piece? This is the first piece. The second piece, we had ideas for 3 pieces. The second one was supposed to be like an eyes wide shut kind of party, like, you know, with the little masks and stuff, maybe some lingerie or something. And then the third one is supposed to be some kind of bubble bath thing going on. But I think like it's already going to be 11. We took about an hour drawing this one so far, so we might only get the 2 pieces tonight. So we'll have to decide which one of the second ideas we might want to hook up. If we're going to go with the bubble bath, or we're going to go with like the little fancy party. Ken says, let's see, just looked it up. She wore red heels. See, I could picture that in my head perfectly. Well, it's nice to have the confirmation, because sometimes when I don't remember something, like I can imagine it. I can sort of picture in my head what it is, but sometimes I'm not really, because it's been just long enough that it's like, did I remember it, or am I just imagining it? Mighty Geek says, you could see them when she got into her Jeep. Very, very cool. You're going to have me friggin' Googling Daisy Duke after the show. It's like, I need to see some of these set pictures. Kevin says, let's see, I see several images of Catherine Bach's Daisy in heels, maybe 3 or 4 inch red heels. But in the recent movie, the updated Daisy wore heels more often. Yeah, she did. That was what's her face. Damn, I'm forgetting her name now. You're gonna have to help me out with that. But yeah, the updated movie version of the Dukes. Let's see. Mike says, just so happens I'm coming out with a new book called The Duchess of Hazzard. That's cool. This would make a great cover. Oh, dude, that'd be awesome. I'll make sure to ink this one up super nice. So I think this one is just about where it needs to be. I think what I want to do is put in some lighting in the background just to kind of frame it. And then this might be good. This could be Scribe's very first cross company intercompany appearance. Dan, what's up, dude? Dan Sen in the house. Let's see. Daisy wore heels and drove Enos crazy in them. Now that part I remember. I'm glad you're hanging out with us, dude. Awesome. Yeah, remember to check out Dan's got Law and Order. Is that if you got the link for that, Dan, share it up on in the chat, so that way people know that I've got a variant cover in there for you. That would be cool. Definitely promote. Some person says there could be girls from other series. They did crossovers back then. This is true. I remember, didn't they do like a Sheriff Lobo crossover? I seem to remember that. Ken Zazer says, I'd buy that for $1, Mike. Mike says, oh no, I'm going to be here forever. Make sure you DM me before you start auctioning. Okay, I'll make sure. Well, the auction is going to be right at midnight. We always begin the auction right at midnight. And this will be the first piece on the auction block. So just come back at the stroke of midnight, my friend. Some person says, maybe from Knight Rider. Let's see, I forgot her name. The one in the high-tech truck garage thing. Yeah, she was Kit's IT person. She was her technician. She was Kit's technician, keeping Kit on the road. Some person says, or to keep it in theme, Ellie Mae Clampett. Yep. Kevin says, I have myself a bubble bath cyber angel already. Oh, you do? That's right, you do. So I personally lean towards the eyes wide shut masquerade. Yeah, we might work on the masquerade then. We'll see. You're convincing me. BJ and the Bear and Sheriff Lobo. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, Sheriff Lobo definitely had. Yeah. I remember those. It was cool when they did those, man. That was the first time I think that I experienced crossovers between different shows or different properties like that. It was pretty cool. Let's see. Ken Zazer says, I was just looking the Knight Rider chick up the other day. Patricia McPherson. Yes. No, she was awesome, dude. I mean, she's not Wilma Deering, but she was definitely in the top 10. I would definitely put her in the top 10. Plus, she's on Knight Rider. Come on. Mike says, okay, cool. That's good to know. I'll set an alarm. Very cool, dude. That'll be cool. See you back here at midnight. Thanks, dude. Let's see. Kevin says, Knight Rider always had women in tight spandex cat suits. That's because they know what's up, dude. That's like quintessential 80s right there. Mighty Geek says Bonnie Barstow. So you got to Google Bonnie. You got to Google her. Night Phoenix says, wasn't Sheriff Lobo a spinoff of BJ and the Bear? I believe so, yes. That's the way, I'm pretty sure that's the way that worked out, yep. All right, so let me see. The shadow framing that I want to put in is probably something along the lines of this. Working in the garage. Okay. I kind of framed up like that right there. So we're gonna set the general aside for a moment. Keep him safe over here. Because it's 11 o'clock now, so that way we have to start the next one. Make sure we have just enough time, at the very least, to finish a second sketch. That would be awesome. Yeah, Ken Zazer confirms, indeed, that is the way those spin-offs worked out. Kevin says, it was, but they packaged them together. Why isn't she Cooter's Garage? I know, right? Some person says you could put it in later, maybe a ramshackle liquor still. Oh, dude, that's yeah. Having the moonshine getting brewed up in the background, that would be totally on point. Yeah, that would be totally on point for the background. Yep. I might have, and then I'm gonna write myself a note just in case. All right, so depending on who wins this piece, I've got my moonshine note for over here because I could put a moonshine still over here, like it's in the background in the garage. That would be perfect. Holy shit, that would actually work perfect. Let's see, Ken Zazer says BJ and the Bear had stacks. A better name could not be had for her. Kevin's like emphasis on the cooter. Cooter's garage. The man has no shame. And it was the 80s. It was the 1979s. All right, let's see what we got here for the party. Let me see if I can have this light off in the corner. Let me see here. Hopefully this doesn't mess with the focus. I'm thinking the first person I'm going to put in this little masquerade party, we're going to put Malka up front. I think that would be dope. I'll have her holding like one of those masks. Well, they're all supposed to have like this look like a masquerade thing. So. And I could theme her lingerie bit like close to how her signature costume looks in the book. I think that would be sweet. There we go, just getting the little details in the face before we figure out where everything else is supposed to go. get the delta on her cheek. And then we're going to figure out what kind of cool mask we're going to be holding up here. There we go. Of course, she has a signature choker arrangement. I just want to get the general shape of the mask in here, and then I'll run over to the chat real quick, make sure I don't fall too far behind. Let's get the general shape of it first, and then we can add some more detail to it and stuff. Because I have to have the little stick because she's like holding it up to her face, right? So it's one of those kind of masks that you just kind of like hold up. There we go. Let me scroll up here real quick. I think my little thing got stuck there for a minute. Okay, there it is. Let's see. Okay. Dan's back. Let's see. Dan says, yeah, that wasn't Cooter, but facially he looks a bit more like he could put a flux capacitor in there for time traveling General Lee. Yeah, I think Scribe is looking a bit more like a Doc Brown. Some person. I agree. Cooter. Now that is a name. that is something that would definitely be a from the South in the 70s kind of name. As Kevin says, well, when I was back in high school, we had a counter to Hooters. It was called Cooters. The word good place. Oh my God, to eat out. That's funny. Ken Zazer says, my friend used to call Daisy Dukes cooter cutters. Oh my God. You guys are going to get me kicked out of YouTube. Let's see, Kevin says, are you talking about a half mask or a stick mask? I'm thinking like a stick mask. I doubt you would put her in a full face mask. No, like the stick mask, so that way you'd still see a lot of the face around it. Yeah. What was this image about? Asked some person. This is basically the general idea was an eyes wide shut kind of party, which is basically just a fancy upper echelon rich people party, upper class type of like, you know, normal people would not have access to this type of party. I gotta make sure she has a signature choker here. There we go. Make sure we get that on there. Cool. Kevin says, or wouldn't Malka wear something akin to a phantom mask? Ken Zazer says, I think holding a stick mask slightly to the side would be cool. Oh, you know what? I could have done that. Let me see. I still got a little ways to go to catch up with her. Let me see what you guys think about where I put the mask in front of her, because I think you can see her face really well through the mask. I made the eye holes. I made the eye things like really big, so a lot bigger than the mask usually is. Usually it's meant to hide your face, but I really have her face like really exposed. Let's see. Ken says the stick mask should also have an intricate lacy delta or something. Oh yeah, that's right. That would be cool to have that. Some person says maybe like Lord Humongous. Kevin says, Lord, why did my mind go to Ron Jeremy when you said Lord Humongous? Ken Zager says, got that Jean Grey Phoenix look. Yeah, a little bit, yeah. Courtney says she likes it, so that's good. I got Courtney's approval, so we're good. Kevin says, let's see, sketch art in 144p. A lot of filling in the blanks with my mind. I don't know, is the camera moving slow? Is it getting out of focus? Because on my screen it looks fine, but I don't know how it's broadcasting to you guys. Let's see, I'll draw in this a little bit. Yeah, I've been noticing like things slowing down on me during the week, but I don't know how it's affecting live streaming. So you guys will have to let me know. And I even rebooted the computer before we started just to make sure the cache was clean and stuff like that. So you're gonna have to let me know. Sometimes I have to do a, which is what I did. I did a hard reboot of the computer before I even started, just to make sure things were as snappy as it could be. Definitely want to have like a lace version of her costume, because that would be cool, especially for the kind of party that this is. lace gloves. Little lace pattern for up in here. There we go. Just finish a little bit of this pattern right here and find out where everybody is. Cool, cool, cool. All right, let me take a little break from that. Courtney saying hi to everybody. Very, very cool. So happy you guys are here. That's awesome. Some person says, so top level depravity is needed for this. Night Phoenix says, how many angels are we getting at this party? That depends. Let's see. We want to go to about probably around 11:45, 11:50-ish. So we've got some time. There's going to be at least one more. But if we can add some more in, because this looks like it might be a night where we're going to get to 2 pieces tonight. So we may as well add in some extra, because we don't want to draw a piece like in 5 seconds after this one, just so we can have 3 pieces. We want to have good pieces every time. So if we can have 3 good pieces, that's awesome. But if we're going to have 2 of them and try to just kick one out for the 3rd one and not really do it too good, then I'd rather have 2 really good pieces. So we'll try and add a couple more people to the party here. A little swig of the water. Let's see, Kevin says, Phoenix, Lord Almighty. I feel my temperature rising. Paul says, can we get Tom's scribe cruise? Open hand running in the background. Oh my gosh. Maybe. It's a maybe. It's a maybe. I'm so glad that you guys have given so much life to Scribe. Scribe is eternally grateful. Ken Zazer says, if you have a second character, then they can have the mask to the side. Yeah, that'd be a good idea. That'd be a good idea. You have it in my brain now, so that's good. That's good. Kevin says, as many as can balance on the head of a pin. As many characters as we can. Some person says, maybe Mercy on a leash. Oh, that's a good idea. That's a good idea. I mean, we had Nira in the first one, so we don't have to have Nira in all of them. So let's try and shoot for Mercy for a second character. That's a good idea. I like that. Kevin says, I could second that idea. Very cool. On the same wavelength. Let's see. The video gets real blocky every now and then. Let me see here. Okay, I'm gonna leave it like it is, so that way it doesn't mess up too much. Let me see. I'm gonna turn my Wi-Fi back on. I've been hardwired into the router this whole time, so let me see if turning the Wi-Fi on helps. If it doesn't help or makes it worse, let me know right away.
Probably me because I'm pulling at the same time.
No, my computer's been slow all week. It's been strange. Like I'm loading Facebook slow and I'm loading things slowly, and then it's fine. It's sort of like, I don't know, like you pinch a hose, but then you let it go and it's fine. Let's see. Kevin says, I think her mask is going to be as lacy and sheer as her outfit will be. Yes. Mike says, make me a mod so I could drop links. Well, let me see here. Let me see here. Let me look at, let me see where your thing is. There you are. See if I remember how to do this. Will I remember? I think I did it. I think Mike has a wrench, my friends. You drop some links. All right, you could share. I'm pretty sure you could share links now, Mike. You go ahead and let me know. Make sure. Well, I mean, I'll see it pop up in the chat. So, also, Night Phoenix is reminding us, hey, Bill, we got 4 days left for Unification, Curse Risen. Number one, any backers can help, even if it's digital. I'll throw in my sexy scrapyard sketchbook for any physical backers from the stream. Yeah, please check it out. Unification, Curse Risen, number one. It's on Kickstarter right now, and we've got 4 days left. Cuatro días, mis amigos. So please check it out. I've got a very, very cool alternate cover over there, and it's a regular version and a nude version also. So please guys, go check it out. That'd be very, very cool. Dave, what's up, dude? Glad you're hanging out with us tonight. Got our little live stream going. I'm glad you're hanging out with us, man. I hope you're good. Very, very cool. Nice surprise. Very good. Let's see. Mike says, using my StreamYard, and I'm not even a mod. Tisk, tisk. You see what happens? You see what happens with these people? Well, hopefully you have mod. Hopefully I did it right. Let me know that I did that right. That way you could share links. Let's see. Kevin says the only thing we need dropped are some sick tunes. I know, right? I got to get better on this music deal. Kid Zazer says I'll have the butler put on some fat beats. Hell yeah. Night Phoenix says yes, more Mercy. Always love more Mercy. All right, Mercy is our second character for sure. Ken Zazer says Malka leading Mercy on a leash. That's a good idea. Crap. See, we put it together. Some person says, hooray, Bill figured it out. Hopefully. All right, we're doing good. We're doing good, guys. We've learned that I can be taught, and that Mercy is going to be the second character in this piece. So we're doing good. And these are some low-riding hip huggers right here. But it's all in the interest of science. Nice little lacy little front here. Very nice. And you know what? This, which way do I want to go with that? Because we definitely want to have her leading Mercy. Fantastico ideo. All right. Yeah, I think Balka and Mercy are going to be having some fun in this picture. There we go. Just getting the little angle on, because I want Mercy kind of looking back over at Malka, a little mischievous. And she's going to be holding her mask off to the side, like we had mentioned. So let's see the angle for that real quick. There we go. There you go. Starting to get the picture. Starting to get over here where we're supposed to be. Let's see. Kevin says, "How low can they go?" Ken Zazer says, "Not low enough." Mystery Box says, "You can fix that if you win it." Patang, what's up, dude? Glad you're hanging out with us tonight. Awesome, awesome. Saying hello to everybody. Very, very cool. Hopefully my camera will live, or my internet connection will live long enough for us to finish our show tonight. It's had a little bit of a slow up every now and then, so we're gonna We're playing things by ear. Just figuring out the direction of this here leash. There we go. We've made contact. We'll have a signature ring on the end of the leash because Mercy's costume always has these rings on them. So I figured that's a nice little thing to tie together. No pun intended. There we go. Starting to put that together. I think Mercy's happy to be at this party, but she is looking a little bit on the mischievous side. I think she's wondering where the drinks are. I would like some punch, please. Been at this party for 45 minutes. Freaking thirsty. There we go. Nice. All right, let me take a little. Actually, let me. I always have to let YouTube know that that this is a YouTube safe show still. So let me draw some tops on her. There we go. And the stick will go down this way. She's got to have a hand up right here. All right, that way I know generally which way we're going with that. All right, cool. We're making some progress. Yes, indeed. As Ken Caesar says, digging the cat eye makeup for Mercy. Thank you. Yeah, she likes to dress up for the parties. Courtney says, punch. Say, Madam Malka. May I? Some person says, you'll get You'll get a punch in a bowl if you're good. You guys are awesome. There we go. Got this going like this. She might have like little lace gloves and things like that too. And then we've got this stick for the mask. Make sure that gets connected. Mercy has a costume with like large holes, so that actually plays in really well with what we got going on here. A little bit of lace and stuff. Nice. Here, let me pull this back just a little bit. There we go. That way you can see more of the picture. Ken Zazer says this has alternate cover written all over it. You know, I have to agree with you, man. I have to agree. Yeah, this is a good little pose we got going on here. Alternate cover for the book Behind the Doors of the Cyber Angel Citadel. Let's see, Ken Zayer says, I would have thought Mercy would go for her traditional zipper thong for a party like that. And I think she's just wearing the little sheer, I don't know if you want to call them pants, because they're like sheer and thin, kind of like the top. There we go. Yeah. Let's put in some little details here, something to kind of fancy it up. Nothing like a couple of broken or cracked Greek pillars to kind of bring the mood together. I kind of picture the inside of the Citadel having kind of like some old broken architecture like that. Like I want it to be ancient, but at the same time like stylish. You got me thinking along the lines of an alternate cover now, the way that I'm treating the background and stuff. So it's like adding some little extra elements and stuff like that, just to give it like a little bit of context. something that would look cool on an alternate cover. I think this might actually, I think you guys might actually be talking me into using this for an alternate cover for something. Caesar says Scribe's face pressed against the window like, oh my god, I'm missing this. Let's see, the Citadel has many different rooms that have old and new architecture since it exists in many different timelines. This is true. This is true. Ah, thanks, Mike. It's like looking good, looking good. Trying to think what else is this piece. Like, I kind of don't want to add anything else more to it, just because it stands really good just by itself, like just the way that it is. I sort of just want to add more, just like a little bit of like broken wall or whatever, just to frame it. But I don't want to overcrowd it with other things just because we have space. I really am thinking about using this as an alternate cover for something now. Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. Yeah, dude, it's like I like where that's at. I like where it's at. Let's see, I was just looking at something real quick. Kat was mentioning that we're working on something called Mausenstein. So now I feel like I have to show it to you. Look at Mausenstein. Behold Mausenstein. That's something for later on in the year. But I wanted to show it to you. Some person says that's kind of like Doctor Who's TARDIS. You know, yeah. The Citadel is a bit like that, and where the Citadel is, it's kind of like that. It's a place that exists in a pocket universe that's sort of outside of time. It kind of connects to a lot of different places. So that's where all the cyber angels are, and that's something that's going to be presenting much more important as a much more important element in the stories as you start picking up some of the newer stories. Ken Zader says, "I'm digging it as it is." I like it just the way it's like. I know when it looks right, when it looks finished. You know. Mike is saying, "Check out my latest original property launching soon." Devilish. Bill, we have a cover. Please check out that link, guys. Very, very cool. Thank you, Courtney. Courtney, I got Courtney's approval. She says, "So good." Night Phoenix says, "Oh, that's looking great. Awesome, awesome. Thanks, dude." Yeah, I think we did really good for tonight. You guys gave me some really good ideas. Let me see, what's the calendar looking like? Where is my calendar? I gotta find my calendar.
Are you trying to see if we're here next week?
Yeah.
I got you.
Kat is helping me out with scheduling.
Yeah, we're here next week.
What's next week? It's March, right?
March 7th.
Okay. Very good, very good. Okay, so next week should be a normal week for us. We should be able to get together next week as normal. Very cool. Now we had 1 week where we were sick as dogs. Then we had 1 week. Well, this past week we were in North Carolina doing the City of Oaks Comic Book Odyssey show. So Kevin says, I want to say mine. You're awesome, dude. Some person says, I wonder if the Citadel has an occasional visitor, like a dinosaur that got in by accident. It's funny you should mention that. That's all I could say about that. It's funny that you should mention the word dinosaur. It might have something to do.
That's all you should say about it.
And that's all I'm saying. That's all I can. That's all Kat will let me say about that. That's all I should say about that. All right, so we have Nira X and the General Lee this week, and we have Malka and the Eyes Wide Shut party. But we also have a couple of extra goodies coming along with this. But we have 3 things and I only have 2 auctions. So one of these will come with this. This is going to be a free thing that comes with auctioning off the General Lee. The Malka piece, Malka and Mercy, the Malka Mercy party will be coming with the Batman Joker piece. And then we can have a third auction if you want, which is this Elektra pencil piece right here. So I'll set this off to one side. And if you guys would like to do that, we could do that. That'd be awesome. And then we'll auction them off in the order that we drew them. So we'll go ahead and put the General right here. The General will come with the Spawn. There we go. Turn that light so that way you can actually see the Spawn. Let me grab a pencil here real quick. And let me catch up with the chat before we start the auction. That'll give us a couple of minutes so that we're starting the auction as close to midnight as we usually do. Ken says the Citadel is the only stable element in a chaotic multiverse, but as such, it exists everywhere and nowhere. I like that. That's a good explanation. I like that. The only time that happened is when Nira and Vortex banged and a dinosaur showed up. Not in the actual Citadel, though. This is true. Chris Deanne says a quick Stegosaurus coming up. We've only got like 15 minutes, and I have to learn how to draw a Stegosaurus. I have to get reference.
Sticky note, what are you doing?
Huh? What?
Sticky note, what are you doing?
I got
Stegosaurus.
I got a piece of paper.
No, sticky note.
Sticky note.
Sticky note, Stegosaurus.
Sticky note sticky notes are what you do. I don't do sticky notes.
It's so easy.
Sticky notes. You want a sticky note Stegosaurus? I will learn how to draw a Stegosaurus super fast. I know, right? Let me just type in Stegosaurus.
The alliteration's right there.
I know. Yeah, we could do a Stegosaurus. Let's do a Stegosaurus. All right, we're going to do a Stegosaurus real fast. You want me to do it on a sticky note? I got a piece of paper.
No.
Sticky note?
You keep rejecting it. The people want it.
The people want the sticky note?
The sticky note.
Sticky note. You see this? This is what Kat's making me do. This is what it is. I'm going to come up real close. We got 5 minutes. We're going to do a sticky note Stegosaurus. And we'll see where it goes from there. Let's see. I need light. There we go. Now I got some light. Let me see what it looks like on the screen. I'm looking at my reference, but not at my screen. There we go. Let me get a little bit closer. Sticky note Stegosaurus. Special auction for the sticky note Stegosaurus. Watch this be the best drawing of the night. note Stegosaurus.
He didn't spend all those years in law school for nothing. Sticky note Stegosaurus Esquire. Don't negate his 4 years.
Sticky note Stegosaurus.
Not associated with the sticky note brand.
I know, not associated with.
What's the thing they usually put? It's like all like things that are like relational is pure coincidence or whatever. That's the thing.
All characters are copyright Stegosaurus.
They are works of fiction, and any relation is coincidence.
There you are, man. Stegosaurus, man. I don't know why. I think I always do a little bit better with these little quick drawings.
You get across the pureness.
There's a pureness to it.
Yeah, look at him. He's so cute. I like that you gave him big feet.
I give him big feet.
I love his big feet. Oh, it looks like one of the characters from the Dark Crystal. Yeah, that's the vibe it has.
Sticky note Stegosaurus.
Yeah.
There you go. Victory.
I love him.
All right, so we got sticky note. This is going to be auction number 3. All right, let me catch up. I'm going to catch up with the chat real quick, and then we are going to start the auction off. Yeah, we've got like exactly 5 minutes left for the auction to start anyway, so that's perfect for midnight to happen.
It looks like Godzilla's awful.
Kevin says, "Dinosaur, is that speaking from experience?" Courtney says, 15 minutes, Bill. You could bang out a single character sketch. You could do it. Ken Zazer says, "Yep, it was I got a sore ass." It's an I got a saurus. Paul says, "The third auction would be awesome. The Stegosaurus auction is on." Kevin says, "It's a sketch card of a little tiny." Or whatever dino you can draw fast. Tank Ferret, what's up, dude? Good evening to all of you magnificent bastards and bastettes. Like and share. Absolutely, dude. Absolutely. Thank you so much. Christiane says, paper, please. See, Christiane said paper. All right, we did it on Post-it this time.
Which is paper.
Which is paper, but we're going to do it on real paper next time. Mike Wheeler said, Mike Wheeler says hi to Kat. Very, very cool. I know. I'm going to stick the sticky note on a piece of paper, and then it'll. All right. Kevin says, don't forget the Thagomizer. It's the official name with the spikes on the tail. You should look it up. There is a connection to the far side. Christiane says, didn't Larson name them spikes? Oh, that would be interesting. Tank Ferret says, they're named after the late Thag Simmons. Ken Zazer says, how did they not have a name before Larson? That looks like one of the characters from the Dark Crystal. Oh, that's the one that Kat was reading. Thank you, Kat. It's one of the weird things in the world. Yes. Looks like Godzilla's uncle. Thank you, Tank Ferret. Looks great. Thank you so much. Christiane says, oh, that's cool. Very cool. Tank Ferret says, got to bounce. Back to work land. Thanks for stopping by for a minute. Thank you so much. Night Phoenix says, make sure that gets in his sketchbook. Hell yeah. I'm going to scan it. I'm going to scan it. Christiane says, which was your favorite dino? Right now, the Stegosaurus is my favorite dino. I had fun drawing him just now. You would think it was a T-Rex. Or, you know, the Mousosaur is a family crest. But but as far as like my favorite one to draw, it's like, I don't know. Tonight it's the Stegosaurus. All right. We got the Stegosaurus. We've got the party. Got the Eyes Wide Shut party. Let me put the camera back a little bit. There we go. Okay, this is where we're headed with for auction. Auction number. So we actually do have technically 3 auctions tonight. Check that out. All right. Awesome. Very, very cool. I like Fred's Dino. Dino is the best. All right, cool, guys. Let me see. I'm going to start the auction time. Just going to throw up the banner real quick, just to let you guys know the general rules of everything. Basically, you can type in whatever bid you like, as long as you type in the word bid after your number, so that way we know that it's a real bid. Oh, it's always pronounced Dino. It's always Dino. And we'll give, when we start the bidding, we'll give it a good 5 minutes. And then we're going to do a 10-second countdown. The 10-second countdown, I'm going to hop out into the live chat along with everybody else. Hopefully everybody who's watching us on YouTube, if you look at the top of your chat box, it says Top Chat. You want to click on Live Chat so that everybody's on the same page. I do a 10-second countdown. We get interruptions. I'll stop and I'll write down the interruptions, but we go right straight down to 000. We go 3, 2, 1 and 000 to mark it as sold. And then I scroll up, make sure I didn't miss anybody at the very end. And that is who the winner is. If you happen to be the winner of the piece, it is super simple. You basically are just going to be sending a PayPal to this address right here, billmausart@gmail.com. Please include the name of the piece that you won and your mailing address, your full mailing address. And then, and that's all there is to it. Very easy peasy, very, very casual, all good to go. Let's see, it's 11:57 right now, so I'll say we'll let it go to like 12:03 to make the math simple for myself. And we'll go ahead and give this 5 minutes. We'll give it 5 minutes, and then we'll do a 10-second countdown, and we'll see if anybody would like to bid on this piece. Remember, we've got 3 pieces. We've got the General Lee piece, we've got the Eyes Wide Shut party piece, and we've got the Stegosaurus piece. And I did not forget about the Electra piece that I mentioned earlier. So since we're having 3 auctions, the Stegosaurus piece is coming with the Electra piece. That's the set for the 3rd auction. So make sure that way you guys didn't think I just changed my mind about that at the last second. Kevin says, I will buy that for something. General Lee green and with with George Washington on it. Kevin says, did you email the one guy that's not here? Oh yeah. Let me message him real quick. Let me message Mike real quick to make sure that he knows what's going on. Let me see where he is going to be at. I'll message him on the old Facebook. Yeah, we'll let it go till, because he said he was going to set an alarm for himself for midnight. So we'll make sure that we go till 12:05, just in case he doesn't see this message, because we did tell him that we were going to start at midnight. So I'll leave that up there. We're going to let this go till 12:05. Kevin's like, oh, I forgot the bid. Okay, very good. Okay, so I got Kevin. I got you here, my friend. I got Ken in the room right now with 5. Thanks, dude. $5 foot long. Kevin Dehan in the house with a lucky 7. You're awesome, dude. Mike in the house. 200 reasons. That's mine. Bid. Hell yeah. Thanks, brother. That's what I'm talking about. Currently the high hand in the house to Edgelord Wheeler in the house. Let's see. Kevin says an Earl Shive Lube, $9.99 and up's no extras bid. Ken says, damn. Christopher Dehan says, whoa. Courtney says, awesome. Kevin says, holy shit. Ken Zazer in the house says, I think Mike wants this one. I'm thinking he wants it. Kevin says, you might as well call it. Well, I'll give it 2 more minutes. You guys are awesome. Thanks so much, guys.
And that's a steal with that spawn cover.
You know what? It is a steal with this. You're getting it with along with $100 spawn cover. So that's
a juicy cover.
Nice little juiciness.
That
That's
was a
good.
jet bid.
Paul says, when you need it, you need it. Ken Zazer, yes, that was a Chet bid. Absolutely. In memory of Chet, we love Chet. 1 minute left because we were going to go till 12:03. I did say we were going to go to 12:05, but that's before when I thought that maybe Mike wasn't in the room, so I didn't want to stop it early without Mike being in the room. Kevin says, I agree. It's nice to have his vibe with us. Absolutely, dude. Thanks, some person. Sharing out the links. Very, very important. Thank you so much. All right. Time is almost up. And I'm going to hop out into the live chat along with you guys so I can do the 10-second countdown. And then we will go from there, my friends. Some person's like, just realize I linked to this channel. Hey, man, it's all good and it's all appreciated. It's good to remind people. I do need more subs and I do need more people. And we need to grow our fans. We need to grow. Ken Zazer says, someone has to do it even if it doesn't matter. 69 bid. Hell yeah. All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and start that 10-second countdown so we can wrap up auction number 1, starting with 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Oh, that's true. Yeah, it's more than 666 subs, finally. The boob bid. Got an interruption for the boob bid. It is official. Courtney's tradition has been upheld. Continuing with 3, 2, 1. And I'm marking it 000 to mark it as sold. All right, ladies and gentlemen, please, everybody congratulate Mike. Edgelord. For winning that bid. Thank you so much, Mike. That is the piece that belongs to Mr. Wheeler himself, along with this cool sketch cover. I'm going to write your name on the back of this one. Make sure we keep everything organized. Very cool. Thank you so much, Mike. I'll set this right back here. Make sure it's safe. Please, everybody, congratulate. Christy Ann says congrats. Very, very cool. Kevin says you earned that one, Mike. Absolutely. All right, this is the Eyes Wide Shut party. This is the fancy party. Let's see. It's actually 12:05 right now, so we're going to let this one go until 12:10 before we do a 10-second countdown. And this is Malka and Mercy party. So we'll let that go until 12:10 until Night Phoenix says congrats to Mike. Very, very cool. Thank you, dude. Ken Zazer in the house with the $5 footlong bid. Yes. Thanks, dude. Kevin says, I will bid a pair of double D's for that. Thanks, Kevin. Very, very cool. Night Phoenix in the house with a Ben 10 bid. Nice pun. Nice. Christy Hand in the house with a 12-inch hand bid. Love it. Kevin says, how about a pair of perfect tens bid? Kevin in the house with 20. Thanks, dude. Ken Zazer, Baker's dozen bid. Man, Baker's dozen. What's that Baker's dozen? Is that 21? 13. That's right. A Baker's dozen is 13. Kevin still got you beat, but that was a good pun. That was a good pun. You know what? Blackjack came into my brain. That's why I thought 21. Baker's dozen, 13. All right, Kevin currently has the high hand in the house at 20. Jason, what's up, dude? Glad you're hanging out with us tonight. Awesome, awesome. All right, Ken Zazer's in the house now with 25 alive bid. Thank you, dude. Christy Hand says 21 to drink bid. It was already beat by Ken, but I love the pun. I'm going to write it down. Still counts. Kevin says, do a stream on the 13th so we can make a Baker's dozen seem fitting. Jason says, that looks amazing. Thanks, dude. Yeah, everybody on the stream came up with some really cool ideas for tonight. So I'm really, really happy with how everything came out. Christy Ann says, 28, not too late bid. Hell yeah. Very cool, very cool. Christy Ann with a high hand currently. It's 12:09. It's less than a minute left to go, and we're going to start our 10-second countdown. Thank you, some person, for sharing out that link. That's Cat Mouse's website right there. Christy Ann says 29 leap year bid. Nice. Ken Zazer with a 2801 bid. Just messing with you, Chris. Paul in the house with 31 ice cream bid. Nice. I don't want ice cream. I want my 31 flavors. Kevin says, funny though, I just can't help see Jean and Emma. Right? Ken Zazer in the house with 40-year-old virgin bid. Thank you, dude. All right, the time is currently up. That means I can't really write anything down. Ken Zazer is in the house right now with the high bid at 40. Oh, Chris Dehan in the house with Colt. I said Colt 45 bid. Pour one out for my homies. All right, I'm going to be hopping out into the live stream, into the live chat with you guys so I can do the 10-second countdown. I see Ken Zazer is in the house with Can't Drive 55 bid. Nice. Oh, Kevin beat by like 2 seconds. All right, Ken Zazer is still the high bid, starting the countdown now at 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Christy Hen in the house right now with 58. Thank you so much, dude. Oops. There we go. There it is. Okay, going right back out to the countdown. We stopped at 5, continuing on with 4, 3, 2, 1. And marking it 000 to mark it as sold, and boom. All right, let me scroll up real quick. Oh, Ken Zazer, look at you. The boob bid wins it. Oh my God, check it out, dude. Snipe. You're awesome, dude. And the fact that you won it with Courtney's boob bid. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Awesome. All right, let me mark this down right now. Please, everybody, congratulate Ken for winning that one. That is awesome. Ken Zazer for the win. The boob is so fitting, right? Christy Hen says, nice. Congrats. Very, very cool. Courtney Zazer says, boobs for the win. Hell yeah. Ken Zazer says, thanks. Thank you, my friend. Fatang says, boobs save the day. Some person says, welcome to March. You guys are awesome. All right, I'm going to write your name on the back of this one, dude. Make sure we keep this safe for you. Keep it together. I heard that. I heard a ka-ching. Oh, thank you, dude. Thank you, Ken. You're awesome, dude. Kevin says, you won it with Courtney Zazer's boobs. What did she do? Flash someone into being unable to type.
What a fitting win for... It is officially Women's History Month. It's March now.
It's March.
So the boobs won for Women's History
Exactly.
Month.
Boobs for the win. Paul says, awesome bids tonight, y'all. Very, very cool. Paul says, the boobs of March. A March makes boobs bounce. All right. Well, we have our last auction of the evening. I'll pull in the camera a little bit closer so you guys... It's the Stegosaurus. It's mini Stegosaurus.
It's Sticky Note Stegosaurus.
It's Stickysaurus. All right, let me write down Stickysaurus here. Let's see, what time is it right now? It's almost 12:15, so that means we're going to let it go till 12:20. We'll start it at 12:15, which is like 30 seconds away. Stickysaurus is our third auction of the evening. Night Phoenix says, congrats. Very, very cool. Thanks, dude. Ken Zazer says, so not safe for work in that lingerie is very sheer. So the Fun Bit Show. Got you, dude. In fact, you know what? I'm going to note that right down. I'm going to note it down right now. With the word sheer. There you go. Very, very cool. I like the way you think, my friend. Very, very good. Very good. Please. Absolutely. Paul in the house. I will buy that for $1. You know, I did see the word bid on there, Paul, but you know what? I'm happy to let it go for now. Some person says Electra and Stegosaurus finally together at last. It's the combination people have been clamoring for. Kevin says, a bit of one clan, please. Kevin in the house with $1. Thank you so much, sir. Night Phoenix in the house with $4. 4 in the door bid, please. Very good. Thanks, dude. Wrote down 4. Kevin said, I love how you think, Ken. Christy Hand in the house. 7 seconds in heaven bid. Hell yeah. Christy Hand is ruling over you all with 7. Oh, thanks, Ken. Yeah, I really like the way how she came out. I really like doing these fully pencil rendered type of pieces. Like, there's a certain mood to it. I like it a lot. Paul in a house with 8 is enough. Oh, 8 is enough bid. Nice pun. Excellent. 8 is enough. Kevin says 8-second rodeo bid. Very close. Very close. I'm going to write it down even though it was too late. Paul beat you by seconds. Only seconds. Christy Hand, the 16 ounce of energy drink bid. Very cool, very cool. That works. A little less than 4 minutes to go. Paul in the house with 17 again bid. Very good, very good. Wish I was 17 again. I wish I had more cartilage in my bones. Fatang in the house. You must be 18 to bid. Good pun, good pun. Fatang with 18, currently the high hand in the house. Christy Hand in the house now with 21 to drink bid. Thanks, dude. Can use a drink right about now.
25 to rent a car.
Kat says 25 to rent a car. Kenzazer says, even the detail of the face cut is cool. Oh, thanks, dude. Yeah, it takes longer to render her out like this, all in pencil. But it's that moodiness is it's worth the extra time. I really like it a lot. All right, we got a little bit less than 2 minutes, and we'll jump out and do a 10-second countdown, see where we are. Starting to get my live chat thing here ready so I can pop out there and jump in the old live chat. Night Phoenix in the house now with 25 stay alive bid. That's right. Very cool. Thanks, dude. Christy Hand, 28 and feeling great bid. I like it. I like it. Thank you, Mike. I appreciate you sending that right out. You guys are awesome. All right, Christy Hand currently has the high hand right now with 28. Kevin's like, and I'm feeling good. All right, looks like our time is just about up, and it is up. All right, so let me see here. Chris Dehan has the high hand currently with 28. Oh, Night Phoenix in here with 30. Flirty 30 bid. I like it. I like the pun. I like it. Excellent, excellent. All right, I'm hopping out into the chat right now. Night Phoenix has the high hand right now with 30. Chris Dehan jumping in with 34, a little more bid. All right, starting that 10-second countdown now. Thank you, Chris. Starting with 9, 8, 7. Paul in the house interrupting with pouring out a 40 for my homies bid. I wish I can give you extra points for that. That's a good pun. That's good. 40 for my homies. Hell yeah. Chris Dehan back in the house with 48. Thank you, Chris. Continuing the countdown. We left off at 7. We're going to continue now with 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Marking it 000 to mark it as sold. And here we go, ladies and gentlemen. And there we have it. We are sold. Let me see. Let me scroll up. Make sure we didn't miss anybody. Chris Dehan in the house. High hand with 48. Please, everybody, congratulate Chris Dehan. Hell yeah. I'm going to write that down right here. Make sure we are all good in that department. The Stegosaurus Electra combination that you've all been clamoring for. Very, very cool. Christy Hen says, thanks. Very, very cool. Kevin says, congrats. Awesome, awesome. Some person says, Electrosaurus. Paul says, congrats, Chris. No pun, but you still won. Night Phoenix says, congrats. Very, very cool. Courtney says, nice, Chris. That is a gorgeous Electra. It's also a gorgeous Stegosaurus. You guys are awesome. Fatang says, congrats to all wieners. Like Waffle. Waffle is a wiener. Let's see. Let me put these pieces all together here so you see the bounty of the evening. Let me grab the other 2 pieces over here. Let me see. I'll put this up here so that way you can see that. And then we've got Mike's piece here. Here we go. So that way we can actually see Nero. We've got that sketch cover here. Quite the bounty for the evening. Thanks, guys. A lot of cool ideas we had floating around. I think we had a lot of fun tonight. I hope you guys had as much fun as I did. Let's see. Some person says next week someone's going to recommend an Electra on a Stegosaurus shrine. It might happen. It might happen. Handsome Stegosaurus. Thank you, Courtney. See, now I feel the love now. I feel it. It's good. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for spending a Saturday night with me. Having some drawings, having some laughs, having some jokes. I really do look forward to this every week. It's a good excuse to sit down and just have some fun for a little while and do what it is we do. I like it. I like it a lot. We need to keep doing it. So so we're gonna. I hope everybody enjoys the rest of your weekend. And let me see here. I'm gonna make sure I'm clicking all the buttons correctly here. Yeah, please enjoy the rest of your Saturday. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. The rest of your Saturday. It's Sunday. There's no more Saturday. Kat, you want to say goodnight to everybody?
Night.
Kat says goodnight to everybody. Waffle says goodnight if he could.
Yeah, borf.
He says borf. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for being here. I see Night Phoenix says, makes Saturday night fun. Very cool, dude. Very cool. That makes me happy. That makes me happy. And you know what? Our little group has been growing slowly but surely, and we have such a good group. It's like I'm super happy, and yeah, I look forward to every weekend hanging out with you guys. So let's do it again. We'll be here again next Saturday at the old 10 o'clock hour, as it were. And yeah, enjoy the rest of your weekend. We'll see you guys again soon. All right. Good night, everybody.
Good night, Seattle.